So I'm here in Beckley, West Virginia, and as you can tell, the sky is pretty overcast. A rainstorm passed by overnight, which was a good reason to go overnight. It's 56 degrees, so it looks like the oppressive heat is done. And we're headed up, hopefully north, and hopefully it'll be a good ride. Can't complain there. We'll see what West Virginia has to offer. So I think it will be a good ride. We'll see. 56 degrees might actually sound cold to some, but it's actually not too bad when you kind of get down to it, because I have all the riding gear. You know, I have the warm jacket, I have a warm pants, and riding in the heat is okay because the wind kind of cools you down. Riding in the cold, you know, I got the heated handlebars, so you know you can kind of go farther in riding colder weather. So it all works out well. I didn't really know how the ride was going to go here. So it was going to kind of think a hit and miss, but I couldn't have been more wrong. As I went, it almost seemed to be I either found, like, I was riding on roads where it seemed to have rained just a few minutes ago, so I didn't have to really deal with any rain or getting wet myself. But I did find a lot of kind of interesting things in West Virginia. I don't really know much about the state. I don't think anyone really knows much about the state except the people who live here. But it would become quite fun and quite enjoyable. And I would make plenty of little stops and find a lot of little nuggets along the way. Tucker's Hill. Apparently this is where the South played a trick on the Union and basically feigted that they had more troops, and the Union retreated and thinking that they were outnumbered. One of the many spots in West Virginia. Pretty cool riding here. Should have known it. So far so good. Good day. Yeah, it was quite fun to see like a Civil War site or Civil War stuff. I mean, I know the stuff is out there. I mean, we all know the Civil War was actually fought all across the South, so not surprising to come across a marker, but the open road and how much fun it can be just kind of going across everywhere. The fact that it's just a two-lane road the whole way, and it's so green and so open, and so little traffic I found most of the way through this way. I'm just headed north, headed along like parks and amazing places that I just I did not know about. This actually turned out to be a fantastic ride because I didn't know West Virginia was this nice. And the only thing better than having a spectacular ride that you know you're going to have is not expecting to have it and then getting it. It's one of the diamonds in the rough, if you will. The curves, the scenery, the lush greenness of just all of West Virginia just made this so worthwhile. And so, finding these kind of like back roads in here. Some of the twists and turns just, you kind of just forgot. And I forgot that I was actually headed home at this point. It was just so enjoyable. I mean, I don't understand how I haven't heard about this. I read a lot of the motorcycle stuff, and nobody really talks about this. There doesn't seem to be a highway anywhere nearby, but heading up through here was all what I could see. Now, I am currently somewhere in West Virginia. Now, even if I wanted to, I couldn't even tell you where I am because my phone hasn't been able to get a signal for at least an hour, maybe 2 hours. So I am truly off the grid. I assume this is still West Virginia because I haven't seen a welcome to a new state sign. Not completely out of civilization, but it's a great time. Apparently this is also the skiing area of West Virginia because there's a lot of skiing places, so definitely the place I want to be with the motorcycle. After that last brief stop, I just kind of drove on further, and it dried up mostly through the day, and it had just been completely fantastic. It was kind of funny and comforting and somewhat disconnecting to know that my phone had basically, every time I had looked at it over the past couple hours, it had absolutely no signal, so I was completely off the grid. Didn't know where I was going, where I was headed, no GPS. If anyone was calling or texting or whatnot, I was completely disconnected. And that's one of the real joys of the trip, is that for practically the whole day, I tend to be disconnected. The only thing is the GPS, it helps out. But I know I was headed north, and eventually I would find my way to some form of civilization. There are plenty of gas stations, so there's no chance of really getting like breaking down or anything like that, or running out of gas. So this whole area, this whole right up that eastern edge of West Virginia is incredible, and I would highly recommend to anyone else who's going this route to just find this road. I wish I could remember off the top of my head of what it was, but it was definitely something that is worthwhile to catch and find if you're in the area, and especially if you're on a motorcycle, because there's not much traffic there. This would be totally awesome if it wasn't so cloudy. Oh, it'd be so amazing. Oh well. You can see there, they're building a whole ropeland adventure thing here. And if you can see behind or along the ridge are people with enough money to afford the view. Hopefully I'll get some kind of scenic look at this, but I'm not having high hopes.